Yo, what's going on, guys? This is Miasin and welcome to my Tribrigade Ancient Warriors deck profile. So before we start, friendly reminder to like and subscribe because it motivates me a lot to keep making videos like these. And yeah, now that this is out of the way, let's jump right into it. So as you can see, I'm playing only one Zhengde. I'm not playing the level, I think it's a level 8 guy, the Xiao something, whatever, the Goyo Guardian guy. I'm not playing that one, and I'm not playing the level 6 either, because I feel like they are definitely bricks if you don't have access to your Ancient Warrior engine, because they do rely on you actually controlling Ancient Warriors. I mean, technically Zhengde almost feels like it falls in the same category, but it's, I want to say, more proactive. It's easier to summon in a way. You don't really rely on your opponent. Yeah, it's like the other guys, the two fires, the level 6 and the level 8. You really have to like either destroy a monster or battle a monster. Zhengde, even if your opponent has nothing, you can still special summon it. So I think Zhengde is the one that you should always at least play one. And then Guan Yun, yeah, it does rely heavily on your opponent, but since this is a going second deck, I feel like it made a little bit of sense, because even if you just draw Guan Yun with no other Ancient Warrior, you can still summon it. Whereas the other guys, the level 6 and 8, like I just said, you rely on not only having other Ancient Warriors cards, but also your opponent having something on top of that. So I just wanted to make this deck as like, yeah, I wanted this deck to have like the least amount of coupling as possible. So that's why I'm not playing too many cards that need a lot of cards to work. So I'm also playing 2 Fractor or Fractor. I feel like with Tenki and the 3 Navels that I have, which are very easy to send, by the way, to the graveyard, with all your 3 Sun Moos, your 3 Liu Xuan, and your Forbidden Drop, I feel like it's so easy to search that Fractor or that Ceres, so it should be very, it shouldn't really be too much of a problem. If you play 3 Fractor, you might actually start kind of drawing like those redundant hands, I guess, in a way. That's like the correct way to say it. And then 3 Sun Moo, this is the most proactive monster. Like, even if you're going first, like I said, this card is insane. If you haven't watched my combo video, go check it out right now because it's really insightful. But Sun Moo is pretty much a 1-card rank 4, so if you're playing the Utopia double package, which I do think if you're a starter, you should definitely try it out. And even if you have experience with this deck and you think it is worth it because it's good in the meta, well, go for it as well. I'm not really playing it because I'm just not a big fan of Utopia double, but it doesn't necessarily mean that you shouldn't play the card. Maybe it is good because it's just so incredibly easy to summon, as you can see. Just so many ways to make rank 4s. It's crazy that like that Sun Moo can just send a Tenki and then search for Zuch Kong, and when Zuch Kong is searched by the effect of an Ancient Warrior card, not just a monster, a card, so even 3 visits, you can special summon it with no other like drawbacks. Like you're not restricted to like summoning Link monsters only or Beast Warriors only, so that's what makes Ancient Warriors so incredibly good. Then 3 Liu Xuan, which is basically the card that allows you to instantly OTK your opponent when you're going second. However, since Liu Xuan needs to like send a card from the hand to the field to the graveyard alongside Sun Moo, discarding cards, I mean just getting rid of them, might actually become like kind of expensive after a certain while. So I feel like it's good. It's definitely a very good card. It's just not like, it's not always good, and this is why the Tribrigade like package just makes this deck like infinitely better, because now just like sending a card from your hand to the grave is no longer like a huge cost. I mean, even if you're sending Tenkis and 3 visits, you can actually like, and if you're sending 3 visits, you literally get like a bonus effect where you can special summon an Ancient Warrior from your hand. And if you're sending Navel, well, you search for Ceres, and then you can pitch like Fractor or whatever, any other like Beast Warrior, pretty much every single monster in your deck, you can send them and then special summon Ceres, and then it becomes nasty because you can summon like your Beast Warrior monsters, and also you can summon Shuanglong and then link the Shuanglong alongside Fractor to make another Shuanglong, and then that Shuanglong, since it was link summoned, it's actually going to search for any Ancient Warrior like card from your deck to your hand. So in other words, it's really cool to see that, just like, man, it's nuts. You can actually get an Ancient Warrior engine going just with like your Tribrigade cards. It's ridiculous, man. I love this deck so much. Like pretty much almost one Navel gets you there. I mean, Fractor, you discard it to send the Navel, and then you search for Fractor, then you normal summon Fractor, banish the Fractor that you like previously sent alongside the Navel that you just sent, and then summon your Shuanglong, and then link both into, you know, into like the second Shuanglong. I'm repeating myself. Anyways, Zuch Kong, because once again, just like the pure Ancient Warrior deck, you really don't want to draw this. It's a huge break when you draw it, so just having 2, it's kind of like the same logic as Gemini Garnet. Like, you don't want to play 1 because then you can't search it, so you can't special summon it, obviously. It's like a clean, legit brick in your hand. But if you play 2, well, at least you have like very high odds of still having one left in your deck, which is good. And then one Ceres, and then 3 Naval, because obviously, like I said, it's the card that you really want to be sending. Absolutely insane card, man. It's just ridiculous. Like Tenki plus Naval is like insane going second. It's so easy to OTK your opponent. It's like not even funny. Just 2 cards get you there, and just look at the amount of like miscellaneous cards that you get to play along with it. So even if like, yeah, the thing is you have 2 cards and then you have 4 other cards in your hand. Those cards could be Lightning Storms, Mind Control, Forbidden Drop, Infinite Reboot. It's just insane, man. And then, yeah, I mean, just moving forward, we have 3 Lightning Storm because we're really not trying to lose the back row decks. Mind Control is a really interesting one. Unfortunately, the card's is only at 1 because if it was a 3, it would have been nasty. But not only can you like steal a monster, you also send the monster that you just stole in to like trigger the effect of your Ancient Warriors if you have like nothing else to send, because you're not always gonna have Tenki. Tenki is like the one. It's like, it's so much better than just drawing Sun Mu, because it's just that extra, like, extra, like, that cost, I guess, for the effect of your monster. But Mind Control kind of allows you to play around that in a way. A lot of Extravagance, I don't think it conflicts too much, but in a way it could. So you could probably cut this for more like board-breaking cards, like Evenly and stuff like that. I think it makes sense to cut this for Evenly, because the deck's already, like, very consistent as it is. A lot of, like, 1-card starters. The 1-card starters aren't, like, super broken unless we're talking about like Tenki, Sun Mu, and Fractor. I mean, that's already like literally like a good part of the deck, to be honest. And you know, once again, since you're drawing 6 cards, you should be drawing like very live hands most of the time. I think this deck honestly power creeps Mech Knight Invoked. Speaking of which, I think even the Mech Knight package could make sense in this deck. It's just, I don't really know what to cut at this point. Like, just so many cards feel like they are like a must in this deck. So yeah, but maybe I could be wrong. If you guys have any comments or like any suggestions for me to improve this deck with, definitely let me know, because I'm also trying to improve this deck, and I feel like with the right deck building, this deck could honestly be like, I don't want to say like tier 1 or anything. I don't want to make any false promises, but it's definitely like a really strong anti-meta deck, and it has a lot of potential to like beat the very good strong decks out there, because you have Lightning Storm to beat the back row decks, you have Forbidden Drop against the monster heavy decks, and you have an engine that is very self-sufficient, which is just all of the qualities of a really good going second deck. So yeah, Monster Reborn, nothing can really go wrong with Monster Reborn. Why not play it? You can't really play Foolish or anything like that. It wouldn't be too good. Like, yeah, sure, you get to pitch Naval, but it's just, you have like so many ways to like send it anyways, and the Naval is only once per turn, so it's just, if you start playing too many cards that do the same thing, your deck doesn't make sense at some point. Then I already explained Forbidden Drop. This card is insane, man. Like, I think it's already over 100, and it will probably stabilize at 100. So if you can actually get your hands on this card for like a decent price, definitely go get it, because it is probably the best card in the entire set of Rising Rampage. Like, definitely better than 3 Tactical Talents. I think this is like a general consensus. I'm not really doing like any hot take with this. So yeah, Forbidden Drop is insane, man. It especially boosts my favorite deck of all time, which is Cyber Dragons. And Cyber Dragon Forbidden Drop is like perfect. It was literally designed for Cyber Dragons. It's really good in Altergeist as well. Some people might be like, I don't really see how this is good in Altergeist. Don't worry, I'm also going to be making a video on that deck. So yeah, I'm only playing 1 Tribrigade Airborne, which is the quick play spell. I don't think this card is broken, because once again, if you draw multiples, it's kind of sucky. And what are you really doing? I mean, if you have like Airborne with, I don't know, like Fractor or any of these guys, I guess you can summon like your no, I don't know, man. It's kind of like, it has a good effect because it special summons a monster from the deck, but the effects of the monsters are negated, so you really can't do too much outside of linking them off. So I don't know, I'm not a huge fan. I gotta do like some more testing with it, but in my testing, like in my test hands, not my testing against like people online, because that's like for tomorrow, but in my test hands, this card wasn't always broken. But, you know, if I see that this card was good against people, then once again, we can actually go back on our decision and play 3 of this, you know? That's pretty much the whole process of deck building. It's always, you make like an initial decision, and then you can always go back on it, because you should never be too sure about something. You should always be open-minded and try to observe every single option that is available to you. 3 visits, this is definitely set in stones. Very, very insane card. And like I said, outside of Zheng Day, every single monster can be proactively summoned. I mean, Loyal Guan Yun is kind of the... it's not even situational. You're always going second, and when you're forced to go first, you can at least make like a rank 4 pass, and on game 2 and game 3, you can sight in the 1 barrier statue, which I think is more like smarter than like sighting 1 Apex Avion and 1 what's his face? Oh my god, what's that? Yeah, Mist Valley Thunderbird. Yeah, I think it's better to side Stormwinds than that, because unless you get like Gadarlad, which is like, by the way, I think Gadarla is going to be the best kaiju probably if people actually like catch up to this, because it's the kaiju that actually plays around the wind barrier statue. So if you have like Baguska and the wind barrier statue, well, it is a soft log, but it does lose to this thing, so you can't get super poly or anything, which is very nice. And your opponent can't just go like normal summon a really strong monster and try to break your board. It just won't work. And Baguska covers like so much ground, and it's also really, really good going second. Like if you can actually resolve like a level 4 monster, like Sun Mu, and then make a rank 4, then you make Baguska pass, and then you have like 3 turns to stall out Dragoon, and they can't negate with Dragoon because Dragoon goes to defense. So that's the way I personally out Dragoon, and this is why I think 3 tactical talents in this deck could actually be very good, unlike if you're going like first generically and you just hope you get a handshafted. But 3 tactical talents, the reason why it would be good is that, you know, since you're going second, you are more than likely going to have to be playing against like monster negations, and even if you negate the effect of the monster, well, I mean, not the activation, there's nothing in your deck that negates the activation of a monster, but you can negate the effect with like drop and infinite, and it still counts as the, you know, activation requirement of your opponent use the monster effect this turn. So yeah, anyways, 3 tanky, obviously obvious. Now the fact that you don't just have Sun Mu anymore as like a search target is just insane, man. Frogtor, and also it's the good one. If it was like something bad like Sarah, I mean, even if it was Sarah's, honestly, I don't even mind going like tanky search any of these 3s. Obviously, if it was like Naval, it probably would have been better, because then you go like tanky for like Naval, then Liu Xuan send the Naval, search for Ceres, and then you summon Sun Mu, send the tanky, and then you summon Zuch Kong, and then you summon the Ceres, but discarding something else, and you can already see how this is easily game. And it's kind of cute to see how you can kind of play around like Nibiru, because you're summoning like very like high-rated Link monsters earlier than you should be, so your Appaloosa can be like summon number 5, even if you didn't even summon like 4 monsters first. I mean, you have like a Link 3, obviously Simorgh is a bad example because you can't use it as a Link material, but if you play like another Link 3, maybe I don't know how relevant the other Link 3 is for the deck, like the Tribrigade Link 3, maybe I'm going to have to be playing that one. But yeah, we'll see. I mean, I'm definitely open to suggestions, right? Once again, I'm not really showcasing this deck profile so you can copy it, but maybe give you ideas and you give me ideas, because I do read comments and it does actually help me to improve a lot. So thank you so much to everyone who actually helps me with your really nice comments. And then 3 Infinite. Infinite could also be Dark Ruler no more. I wasn't too sure, honestly. I was like, should I play Dark Ruler when I already have Forbidden Drop? Sounds kind of redundant. You know, you already have a 40% chance to draw Forbidden Drop. Well, I mean, a 39-something% chance going second with 6 cards. And then with Extravagance, that probability increases a little bit. Obviously, I feel like the Extravagance would probably get negated. But one cool thing that you can do with Drop is that you can actually like activate Extravagance, they negate, and then you actually chain drop, negate, like send Extravagance and like some other monsters, negate a bunch of monsters on their field, and then draw, like still resolve the draw too, because you negated like the monster effect that actually negated the Extravagance, which is really sick. The only scary thing is like banishing key like one-ofs, which, you know, that's the reason why I said that you can actually like swap Extravagance for something else, honestly. And also, even if you banish 2 Shuanglong, I feel like that's already like quite a lot. Even if you already have like, even if you still have 1 left, it's still kind of big. So yeah. Anyways, Red Reboot, that's definitely a bomb. But it's a very, very good card against back row decks, since we already have that 3 Lightning Storm. So yeah, imagine if you have like evenly on top of all of that, like, oh my god. Yeah, the extra deck real quick. Bahamut Toad, you already know why this is here. No, I think I should be cutting Bahamut Toad because I don't really play this guy anymore, the Zugong. So yeah, I would probably cut Bahamut Toad. Honestly, I would probably play more copies of the Link monsters for now, since I'm still playing Extravagance, so you don't really banish them. But I don't know, maybe Boral Sword could be good. I feel like Access Code just replaces Boral Sword completely, honestly. even the Fire Fist Link monster could have some potential. I know Fire Fist, they also benefit so much from the Tribrigade. It's ridiculous, man. Tribrigade are just like, they're almost as if you were splashing like an old school Zodiac engine in any Beast, Beast Warrior, or Wing Beast archetype out there. It's beautiful, man. Maybe, yo, hey. Wait, yo, Tribrigade, like Black Wings? Hey, coming soon, guys, don't worry. Anyways, Tornado Dragon is a classic. Baguska should be played as a 2 or 3 of. This card's overpowered. Like I said, the fact that it actually just destroys, completely shuts down Dragoon, you get like so many turns of safety. If you can just like keep summoning Baguskas one after the other, you are in everything. And if you can just draw into those... Yeah, Dark Ruler should probably be in there. Because even if you make like stop Dragoon from like negating you, Infinite just still doesn't really clear Dragoon because it can't be targeted, man. Why did they print a card so good, like that good? It's just so stupid, man. I hope Dragoon is gonna get banned to, sometime soon. But anyways, Exciton Knight, also a really big one. If you play Ghost Ogre, you can actually play around Scale Drain because you go Exciton Knight and then, you know, they have Scale Drain, but even if they chain Scale Drain to the Exciton Knight, you go, okay, that's fine. Obviously, I can't chain Ogre to Scale Drain, so I go Exciton Knight again, but this time I Ogre myself because, yes, Exciton Knight is not once per turn. I know it's stupid, huh? It's like a quick effect during your main phase and during your opponent's battle phase. Ridiculous. And then there's Dweller for obvious reasons. I mean, just any rank 4 is... I mean, just all of the classic rank 4s are always good. And also, it's pretty much gonna always gain that 500 attack boost since you're probably using Sunmu as a material. And then we have the Link 4, I don't even know the name of the cards. The Link 4 Tribrigade, it's a good card. It allows you to banish like a card without targeting when it's Link summoned or when another Beast, Beast Warrior, Wing Beast monster is special summoned to your side of the field. Very, very sick. And also it searches like a Beast, Beast Warrior. Oh my god, I hate saying this every single time. It searches like a Beast, quote unquote. You know the drill. From your deck equal to the amount of... No, equal to the level... No, the level has to be lower or equal to the amount of banished Beast, blah, 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 from your, in your banished. Jeez, yo, that was such a clunky explanation. I'm very tired. It's, what, 12... Oh, it's basically midnight. Just came back from an 8-hour shift. My brain is fried. Anyways, Access... Yeah, because I actually make those videos late. Anyways, Access Code already explained. Appaloosa is very, very sick, but you usually only make Appaloosa for 2. It's really hard to not make Appaloosa for 3 and not neg like crazy. Simorg, fantastic if you can summon that barrier statue with Baguska Lock, absolutely sick. The Tribrigade Link 2 is actually one of the better ones because it's actually a combo enabler that allows you to summon the Sunmu. So I think this should be like in the you should play 2 category. And Daruma Doll, honestly, I don't even think you should play it. It's not even that good. Like this guy, I mean this girl, it's my second time calling it this guy. This girl should probably be a 2 of, Daruma Doll should be a 0 of, so yeah, you can all be like... Visualize this in your head, and then, 3 Shuanglong, blah blah blah. Obviously, Gameciel, this card is really sick when you can just bounce a lot of monsters with Sunmu and then Shuanglong, so you can Kaiju your opponent 3 times. That's disgusting, I know. Wait, hold on, 3 times? Kaiju once, bounce once, so why is 3? 3 or 4, I don't even know, man. If you play Akashic, you can pretty much like Sphere Mode your opponent with 1 Kaiju. Then Pankratops, very good card, but you already have Loyal Guanyun, and you have like Liu Juan that requires on your opponent doing stuff, so that's why I don't want to be like, I don't want this deck to be like too reactive, so I don't play like too many like Cyber Dragon-esque cards. Otherwise, like, imagine if your opponent just like sees their hand and they go like set 5 pass and you don't have like Lightning Storm or Red Reboot, then you just don't really play proactively. So this is why I think this deck should actually focus on beating back row over monster negations, because monster negations can already be dealt with like Loyal Guanyun, because even if they have like an Appaloosa for 4, one single Loyal Guanyun already outs the Appaloosa, because the activation to special summon it like from the hand is not once per turn, only the effect to pop if they control more monsters, but Appaloosa doesn't negate and destroy, it only negates, and it has to lose 800 attack every single time. So if they negate the effect to destroy, Appaloosa goes from 32 to 24, and Guanyun has 25, so you can actually jump over that Appaloosa, and then you can safely like Sunmu and to like everything on main phase 2, so that's Happy Land. But yeah. I don't play Zhugang. Ash is okay. Yo, Hope Hoven White Spider Shark. Oh my god. Yeah. This card's really sick, honestly. It's kind of like a Monster Reborn when it dies, and I think it outs a Dragoon, but not really, because the thing with Dragoon, one other annoying thing is that it actually gains 1,000 attack once it negates something, so like a 4,000 can't be targeted or destroyed by card effects. And by the way, I keep mentioning Dragoon because it is the main threat of next format. It literally is, like, everybody's going to be playing it. Everybody's going to be playing that. Forbidden Drop, three tactical talents isn't going to be running like everywhere. It's just especially going to be in side decks, but in main decks, I think this card is not too great. It's just on the same power level as Called by the Grave in a way. Like, people play 3 Called by the Grave before they play 3 tactical talents. I think Crossout Designator, if I had to like create a hierarchy, I would be like Called by the Grave number 1, Crossout Designator, and 3 tactical talents depends on like tied on number 2, because Crossout Designator allows you to play through hand traps that Called by the Grave doesn't. However, you have to make your deck really awkward by playing a lot of like one-ofs and stuff like that, so not too big of a fan, but whatever. And then of course I play the no, I don't play Tiger King. Daigusto, whatever, Cyclone, and yeah, the Evenly that I already explained. But anyways, that's pretty much all I had to showcase and say for this Ancient Warrior Tribrigade deck profile. If you guys have any comments or feedback, let me know in the comment section below. Once again, don't forget to like and subscribe because it motivates me a lot to keep making videos like these. That's pretty much it. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time. Peace!